sender of the threatening email. I can only guess as to your motivation for having sent such a message to several members of the Virginia Tech community and apparently other colleges. Maybe it was a joke. Maybe, God forbid, you're serious. Either way, I have just this to say in response. You must not know what it's like. You must not have lived here in Blacksburg when a shooter opened fire on the Virginia Tech community and slaughtered 32 people. You must not have been listening to the local police officer who responded to the shooting and heard spurts of gunfire go off like popcorn kernels in a microwave. He described the pace like this. As quickly as you could take a pack of erasers into classrooms up and down a hall and throw one at each head you see, that's how fast it was. You must not have been barely 12 years old, hunkered down in band class with the lights turned off and the blinds yanked tightly down, watching movies with no idea why, waiting all day after our principal abruptly interrupted our screeches of music with the intercom to announce that we were under a full lockdown. All doors shut and bolted. No one leaves. You must not have been there when we had to phone into the main office for an escort just to go to the bathroom, or when we had to move as quickly as possible through the hallways to get there, or when we had to wait hours for the cafeteria workers to deliver lunches on rolling carts, 1 or 2 classrooms at a time. You must not have been there peeking out the windows when our teacher wasn't looking and gasping with wide eyes when we saw how many police cars were parked outside our middle school. You must not have been there when the teacher turned on the television to play a movie and couldn't switch away from the news fast enough to keep it secret from us. You must not have been there when we were released from school at 5:30 in the evening. When a friend sat across from me on the bus, sobbing because her dad was in that building and she hadn't heard from him yet. And oh God, we're passing that building now and I haven't heard from him and I don't even know if he's dead. He could be dead. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You must not have known the 3 classmates who found out their dads actually did die. You must not have been there in my house when I got home before my parents and had to wait all alone for them to race back to me. When I turned on the news, when all of a sudden I couldn't breathe anymore, when my entire world tilted and slipped off the table once again, just like when my brother was killed a month before. And I realized all those other people were going to know how it felt to not have a loved one anymore too. You must not have been there when we didn't go to school again for 3 days and a weekend, and when we finally did, we didn't know how to speak anymore. You must not be there at Virginia Tech as a student now, cringing when someone brings up that day. You must not be one of my peers, teachers, professors, or friends of friends who woke up that day with someone in their life and went to bed that night unable to grasp that they would never see their dad, friend, brother, sister, neighbor, student, mom, cousin, classmate, lover, daughter, son, ever again. You must not know a professor who had to take a year off because she couldn't set foot on this campus anymore. You must not feel the heaviness of staying up until midnight on April 16th and silently standing before a ring of memorials for 32 minutes after 32 lifeless names have been read aloud on echoing speakers. Of walking slowly by each stone, arm in arm, with a guy from high school whom you never even got along with back then, crying together and clutching each other. Of pausing by one name in particular because that guy you're walking with lived 4 doors down from her for 18 years, and she was just a freshman, and she was a light on the basketball court, and she would never dribble a ball again, or come home to her parents just 2 miles from her dorm building, or text her friends, or. You must not have a reason to be in the new classroom building and notice that it doesn't appear to have blinds you can draw, so you can't see the classroom from the hallway if someone comes inside with a gun and starts popping erasers. You must not sit there, antsy, counting the minutes until you can leave and trying hard to concentrate on class in the meantime. You must not find yourself still thinking about those blinds, worrying that a vital piece of security has been overlooked or worse, ignored. You must not find yourself writing an email to the university about it, 2 emails, or meeting with the dean of students, or still waiting to see them added, even though you know the building just isn't finished yet. You must not shake every time you get a police alert like this and not want to go to campus for anything. You must not have been there. You must not know what it's like. Because if you you knew this kind of carnage, you wouldn't say such things.